All right, everybody, good to see you. Exciting news with the Lionel Trains 2026 Volume 1 catalog release. We're back to a full book. Not going to do a full review. Most of you probably looked through this already. Come to your own conclusions. Maybe found some things that you know that you want to order, which is great. Definitely take your time. That's one of the things I always recommend. You have about a month and a half to get pre-orders in and things like that. So with that, let's take a look. I'll go through this, and basically what I do is more of just like pointing out some subtle things maybe that I've seen, giving my opinion on some stuff. But I'm going to go kind of quick. I don't want to take too much time on this one. Most people out there already have reviews out and thoroughly go through this catalog. Just want to give you my 2 cents on it. All right. So I'm going to head come on in here, table of contents. 250 years for American celebration. This engine is pretty cool. I like that Lionel was able to get the sound into the locomotives on these. That right there is a pretty good upgrade. Price point's a little high. I do think it's interesting that this one is an American brass hybrid. So it's going to definitely have a lot of detail. You come in, the artwork on this is really cool. I like this artwork right here. I can't say enough about that artwork. I'm really curious to know if like the wood load is like real wood, things like that. I like how it's got the chains, a lot of detail on these. The one thing that I am a little, wish Lionel would figure out, kinda. It would be nice if they could get some smoke into these, at least stack smoke. I understand probably not whistle steam or anything else like that. But stack smoke would be nice. It's not in these. So, I mean, if HO, N-scale, all those can get smoke into those, I think Lionel has to eventually figure out how to get it into something like this. Passenger cars in the set also look great. Let's zoom in real quick. Go down. Artwork looks fantastic. It's got these little flags, the stars, be lighted up top. These do have the bar and pin connector. So you're not going to be able to run it with anything with like a scale coupler or a like the normal O scale size couplers. Not going to go too much into the details on this. Again, artwork looks fantastic on this. I love how it's got the lanyards for like the bell. It's even got this piping for, I believe this is for like the putting the sand down on the tracks for the wheels for traction. It's just really nicely detailed stuff. I understand you don't get the features of the smoke, but what it lacks in features like that, you're going to get the details. Something I did notice, and I'll show you right now, I was messing around with this, you can actually turn this like a book, grab that corner, and there we go. Now it's like having my own actual paper catalog here. Now if I can just get this to, there we go, let go. 250 years continued. We have some nice box cars. We have HO. We have American Flyer. Some scale and some semi-scale stuff. A little bit of everything for everyone. I do think it's interesting that the semi-scale is $109.99, and then for the full scale, it's $10 more. And then you have the S and the HO. I mean, the pricing's pretty much for the size that you get. It's about on par for the ratio. The T1s, these look fantastic. Actually, honestly, back when these last came out, I was debating getting something like this as a gift for my father-in-law, because he's all about, American industry, things like that. I always thought this would look great for his office. He's not someone who's necessarily into trains, but stuff like this on a mantle, I think you'd really like. Same thing with this. This isn't necessarily something you'd have to run to appreciate. I don't think it's much different from the last run. I think even the last run had whistle steam. The details, I'm curious to see how the paints come out. Not sure if they kind of look like they might be 2 different kinds of blue. This one more of a faded blue, this one more of a pronounced bold blue. But that could just be the artwork. Not sure if it's anything that's actually different. I will notice on the front here, this piping is black. This piping has some white piping. I think there's like a little decoration here where the number goes. And this has the white walls on the front wheels, whereas this one does not have the white walls on the front wheels. So little subtle differences here and there, and of course the two different tender styles, coal and oil. Alright, so let's see if we can do that page again. Oh, or if you just click it, apparently it turns. More 250. Passenger set. This plus the next page, if someone puts all of them together and builds the full train, please, please, please make videos of this thing. I would love to see the full set, but even if you did the half set, it would probably look great. Again, I'm not going to go too far into detail. I did try to zoom in to see what kind of artwork. Let's see. Like, it looks like they have some historical stuff, historical figures. I did notice, let's see, I think it was over here. Where was that? Was it down here? I actually think, did it disappear? Where'd it go? So I believe I did see one of these that had like the Lionel 125 year on the doors, but it's eluding me right now. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what kind of, how this artwork comes out and it's backlit. And again, continued the rest of the American Freedom Train. They have, you know, more observation cars, so you can figure out the configuration on that. Beautiful set, huge set. I mean, the length on it would be crazy. And definitely something to see. Let's do the old, let's see, turn the page. Was that Rocco's Modern Life? Turn the page, wash your hands. All right, come on, click. Oh, nope, that didn't work. All right, we're going to just not do that anymore because it's not really working well. I mean, 250 years, we're going to keep it going. Not much on this page from me. Definitely interesting to see what kind of offerings they come up with. You got Lenny and Uncle Sam there for the wind-ups. Really curious to see how these actually look in real life. The renderings are very interesting to see. I'm assuming that was either purely AI or something else, but once it's in 3D, I'd be curious to see how that comes out. So the Lion Chief set of the General, I actually really like this set. I feel like if you don't want to go crazy spending, you know, I think it was something like $1,600–1,700 for the other set, the Brass Hybrid. Something like this will still work really good. Look great. Probably be collectible. It does have smoke, so right there it's already winning in my book. Yeah, I think it's a nice set overall for a good, fair price. And nice detailing in here. Not nearly as detailed as the Brass Hybrid, of course. But you get a nice consist. I'm wondering if these fireworks light up or not. I'm not sure about that. And you get a little bobber caboose with some nice artwork. It's pretty nice. $459.99, and I'm not sure if this is a set that comes with the track. Let's see. I'm not going to delve too far into it. Oh yeah, it does. So this is a full set. Comes with track and a way to operate it, wall power pack. So you're good to go on this set. If you don't own any trains, you could buy this whole set. You'd get the controller. It looks like you get a controller. You get the track, and you get a power pack, so you'd be good to go. More 250. Looks like you can. It looks like you can get just the engine, which is pretty cool, and then you can add on the cars however you'd like. I do like these cabooses down here. I think these are, especially this one, the 250 one. This is quality for scale. I like this style of caboose, and I think that looks really good. I don't think I'll be getting one, but I'm looking forward to seeing people who do. And again, please, if you get anything cool like this, definitely make some videos. Get on Instagram, get on YouTube, share with everybody. That's what the hobby's about. 250 keeps going. This one plays sounds pretty cool. Screaming Eagle. Be really interested to see how that sounds. Statue of Liberty with the lights for the crown and for the flame. That's really cool. I do like the space mission capsule launch. I've never seen anything like this before. I'm assuming what you do is you take the rocket, put it on here, it launches, and then the very top disconnects from the top and a parachute opens and it comes down. That's great. If you have kids, Honestly, you'd probably impress a bunch of adults if you had this too. Um, that's just good playability, especially for the price of a standard Lionel box car nowadays at $120. This thing does stuff. Would you use it all the time? Probably not, but it even says 250 on it. If you're into any NASA or rocketry or anything like that, this is a cool item. 250 keeps on a going, which, I mean, rightfully so, right? And then we have the mint car, which is pretty cool. Really interested to see how shiny that is in real life with the gold inside. I do like the president, well, not necessarily all presidents, because you have Ben Franklin on here, but founding fathers with quotes, which is really cool. The only thing that doesn't really work for me is it's not scale. These are semi-scale, but they do look like they'll come out really nice still. I'm curious to see if this gold is like really like a shiny like chrome gold, or if it's more of like a metallic finish. And these doors are really interesting too. Pretty good stuff. These have definitely been done before with the presidents on them. And then you have the, I'm going to call this the 4th of July train track set. Because it fooled me. I thought this was like the Christmas track. They're just showing it earlier, but this is more of a patriotic track. I'm going to call it the 4th of July track. I'm curious to know if it's like stays lit, or if it's like the Christmas one where it lights up as the train goes over it. All right, now we got the Vision line. GP40-2s. So, at first glance, I was very not excited about this at all, to be honest with you. One, I don't model this era, so it's not something I would ever get, but I also just like to still take things and see kind of where the hobby's going, what Lionel's thinking, and how they're developing things towards the future. The more I looked at this and I saw things, one, off the bat, you have to get an actual powered unit and the breakdown unit. You'd have to get at least two to make this make sense. So you're looking at basically about the same price of a standard legacy steam engine to make this work. Do you have to do it? No. But I think in order to make it make sense, you got to get both. Things that I noticed when you zoom in, I really feel like these are going to be top-notch detail. It's a kinematic pilot, or you can get a fixed pilot, so right there, that's good. So these will swing independent of the front, so that'll look great. I am curious to know if these fans spin inside. I don't think it says anything about that. It's got the extra smoke units. The detailing looks like it's going to be very, very good on the trucks. Even like you're looking around, all this stuff, like the fill for the gas tank. Again, I don't know diesels well, so that stuff might be there already standard. But getting up and close and looking at this stuff, it looks really good. One thing I do want to point out that I saw that I wish Lionel would start doing more of on their steam engines. So if you look here, it says walkway, step, track, and instrument panel lights. That right there is cool. So, you have your standard lights. So you have your headlights, you have your marker lights, you have your cab light. Now they're going to have walkway lights. So I don't know exactly how that looks on a diesel, but you're going to have walkway lights. So normally I think steps are lit up, so it's going to have step lights. Instrument panel, I'm assuming inside the cab is the instrument panel, or maybe one of these doors open. I don't know. And then track lights. So I think there's lights underneath the train. Like, I call them work lights on steam engines, but I guess they're track lights. So these things, if you run your trains like in a night setting, are probably going to look really, really fantastic. So I'm excited to see these come out. I'm excited to see people make videos of them and really show off like how these could come out. Breakdown units, I also, same thing. I want to see how the smoke comes out of everything. I want to see how there's different kind of breakdowns. I want to see all the different levels that Lionel has worked into these, because, again, diesels aren't as flashy as steam engines as far as just watching them go down the track. So to make it a Vision line, I really want to see how Lionel programmed these things to be top notch, you know, top end. So obviously they're going to come out with a bunch of different roads. The chassis systems look great. That would be something that, you know, if I were into this, I would get. The Rio Grande too, with the chevron cross, check, whatever you want to call it, the slants in the front and in the rear probably look great. Southern Pacific. Something I did notice, let me see if there's, let me go back a little bit. I did notice that the size of the, excuse me, the size of the fuel tanks is different on some of these. So like the CSX, these are definitely smaller. See how big the gap is here? And then you go to the Rio Grande, it's much tighter. So they definitely have different size fuel tanks. And then if you go to the Norfolk Southern, this one, small gas tank, and then you go down here, large gas tank or fuel tank, whatever you want to call it. So it's interesting how they have it doing that. Visual line ethanol cars, definitely not something for me. It's very modern. I know a lot of people are excited about this. A lot of different options, a lot of different ways you can go about it. Buy them individually, buy them by the pack, the set, or get a full set, the Union Pacific Vision ethanol set. Continued, again, you can just get, let's see, is that how much it is for one car? Is it really 300 per car? That's it. That is steep, I will say that. Rail sounds, curve and impact sensors, so that's pretty cool. I like how they're gonna sense when they're on a curve versus on a straight. And then these are the regular packs. So this is a 3-pack, is MSRP $400. Again, if you pre-order these ahead of time, I'm sure you can find a dealer to get a good price on that. Okay, so where we can talk a little bit more, slow down for a second. Let's just settle in and enjoy what we're looking at for what we got on the screen here. So Legacy Allegheny. I do think it's interesting how Lionel just wrote Legacy Allegheny, and they didn't say like 2666 C&O. They just know Legacy Allegheny. Enough said. Features, let's be honest, this thing is pretty much a Vision Line engine without the designation. So standard Legacy features plus whistle steam, which I thought was a standard Legacy feature pretty much. Safety valve steam, 3-speaker sound, kinematic drawbar, which the Allegheny's already coupled pretty close together to the tender, so kinematic drawbar bringing it in even closer is going to look really good. Force coupler, road-specific details, so that's nice. With the Alleghenies, you're going to get chains coming down on the tenders, and then what you're going to get is the tender suspension on the trucks, if you want to call it, they're independent. So this wheel can go up and down independent of the rest, and so on and so forth. Each one of these can go up and down on their own. So something I will note is some of these will have the overfire jets, and some will not. The 1601 does not have it. What I do like about the 1601, it has the little C&O emblem on the front. I have 1601 from the last run. It does not have that. Another thing is the polished rods. I have 1601, like I said. They're not polished rods on mine. They're darkened rods. So this is going to have polished rods, which will look really nice. This is, I believe, designed to look more like what's on display currently. So same thing with 1604. No overfire jets, polished rods. I don't know if the emblem is on the front. I can't tell from this. 1616, same thing, polished rods. You zoom in, there are no overfire jets on this. So that's just really, again, Lionel didn't specify if this little emblem's on the front of these. It's a little weird that they didn't show them with or without. On the next page, we see a 1645. So this, let's see if I can zoom in here. So these little dots right here, bam, 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 bam. Those are the overfire jets. So this one will have it. Darkened rods. Have no idea what's on the front. Can't tell. 1659 has the overfire jets. I already looked. Darkened rods. I don't know what's on the front. 1654 has the overfire jets. Hope I'm saying that right. I'm not sure if it's overfire jets or overfire injectors, but I believe it's overfire jets. So this has them. Polished rods. This will look great. It's not for me. I do like it has got the little C&O emblem here too. It's going to have, let's see, I think it's got the chains as well. Virginian. This is one that's a potential buy for me. I already have a C&O. I don't necessarily have to have another one. This does not have the overfire jets. It has the darkened rods. It does have the white piping. So this little white pipe here, I'll zoom in a little bit. Bring it over. Bring it over. The handrails up front and some of the rails here, and then there should be some white painting on the treads up here for the walkways. Should have white on them. It's a really nice look, and it's why I am considering this. It also has the red on the windows. It's got also the handrails here are white, the handrails here on the tender on the front, and I believe also there might be one on the back is white as well. It's a little hard to tell from the artwork, but these handrails right here is white. It's just a nice look. Norfolk and Western, pretty much a blacked out, simple, has the red on the windows, darkened rods, no white stripe, which is kind of nice. I kind of like the look of that without the white stripe going down the side. So this one is interesting because the Class A and the Allegheny are kind of like mortal enemies as far as steam locomotives go. So I think it's interesting that they did one for the N&W and the Rio Grande. This is a nice touch. Pretty simple. Darkened rods. It does have the white stripe. I really would have thought it would have been interesting if they could have figured out how to put like a doghouse up here. Or maybe like, I don't know what else they could have done to make this a little bit more unique to the Rio Grande. But I like it. The only other thing I can think of is make it a Denver, Rio Grande, and Western, and then made the boiler green, like a dark green. That would have looked pretty sharp too. But we'll move on from that. And then we have the superset. Not going to go too much into it. Superset, no overfire jets, darkened rods, which is nice. And the front, I'm not sure what they're going to have on the front. As far as the rolling stock you get, I do like this Greenbrier ice cream. A lot of the rest of it is kind of standard C&O. I do like this kind of what if Allegheny beer. I'm not going to lie. If I didn't get the superset, if somebody did, I would offer them good money just for this boxcar. This is pretty cool. But overall, it's a nice set. It's a 15 cars total that come with it. I think I saw pricing around $3,500 on Charles Rowe. So for this whole set, for that's a good purchase. Something that people should be considering. I will say on the next page, if you really want to kick this up a notch, you get the superset, and then what you do is you also get the 10-pack coal hoppers, and you add that to the superset. You've built the superset. And I'm really hoping somebody does that. And if you want to make the superset, you get the superset, and then you get 2 10-packs of the coal hoppers. You will have an appropriate looking Allegheny full steam train consist. That would be, Epic probably falls short of the description on that. Now we got the T1s. Really nice. The only thing that I'm wishing on these that Lionel had done, especially because I believe this is called the Rambler or the Rambles. This is still pretty iconic steam engine in the hobby. You can go see this in Pennsylvania today. I was a little disappointed that they didn't offer this with something extra in it, especially compared to the Allegheny that we just saw. It has so much stuff in it. What I would have recommended to Lionel is stack, whistle, and then the cylinder steam. Not necessarily the reciprocating one, but just the normal straight down one. I think that would have brought this to the next level, and you wouldn't have had to have done much to do that, I don't think. So let me know what you think about that if you are watching here. If this should have gotten cylinder steam. I do like the T1. I do not own one. I probably should get one. But the Allegheny is just too good to pass up for me, honestly, as far as what you get with that engine. I would probably, if I was going to get one of these, probably 2114. I kind of like a little bit more of a blacked out look. I feel like then again, this one is running on the rails today, so I would be very conflicted on which one to get, honestly. We got some more T1s. The Delaware and Hudson one's really cool. I like how they added the smoke deflectors on it. And again, it doesn't change the price, and they're probably removable, so you can take them on and off. I call it a 2-for-1 deal whenever you have an engine that does that. Anything you can take off, run it for a while without it on, and then when you get bored of that, throw the smoke deflectors or whatever on and off, and you got a whole new engine. I think that's the most bang for the buck if it works for you and your railroad. T1 Crusader. This is arguably one of the best sets in this catalog, if not the best set in the catalog. Very nice paint scheme. This will look really good, especially if they get the blue right. They get the blue right. It's got the white walls going all the way down. Really nice look. The passenger set is cool. This is the most unique passenger set. I mean, it's for how simple it is. It's basically just silver. But the blue trucks, so I'll zoom in, the blue trucks, and then everything underneath. So you can see some of the underneath details are popping out a little bit. They're painted blue. So, I mean, if anyone ever got ambitious, you took a Dremel to this, you could cut this side shrouding off, and you could expose all that blue underneath. I mean, it takes a lot of moxie to start dremeling up your Lionel 21-inch passenger cars, but it would definitely change the look of this set. And you get an observation car at the front and an observation car at the back, which that's just cool. I've never seen that before. So again, very cool set. If I wasn't getting an Allegheny, this might be where I would fall. This probably would have my #1 vote. I hope, I'm assuming someone's getting one of these that has social media and will be showing it to people. This is an instant classic. I don't think you would ever lose money. If you'd probably make money on buying this set. So we have another King Cole set. This is the Reading King Cole set. I do like the engine that they picked for this. This looks more like a proper Cole drag version. All blacked out. Darkened rods. Yeah, I think they just picked good on which one they were going to do this with. And you get, let's see, we got 3, 6, 8 plus the engine. I think it's a good set. Good set. I think the Crusader's the way to go, but this is still a very nice set. The hoppers, Lionel. I assume this is line scale, which I believe was also ex-Weaver tooling. I can't remember if these cars have all the stuff that should be, because on a 2-bay hopper there should be like pumps and like hoses and stuff over here. They're not showing it in these. I don't know if that's just lazy artwork or if it's actually not going to have any of that stuff in there. The other thing that kind of bothers me is that you got to buy the Cole separate. I mean, you can make your own nowadays. There's plenty of tutorials on YouTube on how to do it. It's just, for these prices, the Cole should be in there. See, I mean, I don't even think that should be questioned at this point. It's a little silly that it's not just with it. Let me know what you think on that, though. Be curious to see what you're all thinking on the separate Cole loads versus the hoppers themselves. Alright, the Lightning Express. This is a very cool set. The colors are awesome. I like how every single one of these cars is different. The trucks, the car itself, what it says on it. I like the green lighting. The one thing I did notice, if you zoom in, I think Lionel's still not even sure how this is going to connect, because these are designed for the rod and pin, and wood-sided passenger cars are, O-scale couplers. So right now it's kind of a we'll see if it works kind of thing. But very nice looking engine, cool colors, probably going to be very vibrant. The brass piping is going to look great with that gray boiler in the back. Very interesting style on the smokestack. I think this one's kind of unique. I don't think there's any other ones that have that same smokestack style. Oh, that's hard to say. Smokestack style. I think we nailed it right there. All right, and then the American 440, the Whirlwind, pretty cool name. That's just a cool name for anything, right? Again, not sure if the wood's going to be real or not. Cool colors, gonna look good. Doesn't have smoke. If these had smoke, like I said, I would be considering them. Without smoke for this price, I just can't do one of these yet. Maybe next time Lionel does them, they'll have it sorted. I really like the New Jersey Southern Brass Hybrid. This has got fantastic coloring. I like the all black tender. I don't know if this is supposed to be orange or red on the wheels, but either way, probably be pretty good looking. I like how this is just all brass colored. Let's see, we can zoom in a little bit more. And you can see the smokestack. It's not like that other one. They're all a little unique in their own way, the way they do the smokestacks. The black cow catcher, these gold stars on the wheels. Again, this will definitely look really good. I have no doubt that it will look good. The only thing that gets me, I'll go right back real quick. The only thing that gets me on this one is how plain looking. I really wish these were black. Like to kind of match the tender, black and gold with this would have looked phenomenal. I get it, they're probably taking this off of real photos or something like that. Pennsylvania one too. The green just stands out so much. Again, if you, didn't want to do that. Let's zoom in a little bit. This smokestack, it's kind of cool because it's like the two different colors. Looks like it's going to highlight some of the riveting. And then you get this like gold brass band. And then you get all this brass colored banding against that. I don't know if that's going to be like a chrome, more of like a metallic satin finish. It's hard to tell from these renderings, but I know with these color combinations, it's going to look good. Curious to see what color this is. And like all this hardware is like that green color. Same thing for the bell. This is going to be a great looking set. More really good looking sets. The U.S. military one wins for the passenger cars. I think this is the best looking passenger set right here. The engine though also looks great. I think this engine with these passenger cars, the coloring makes the most sense as well. Again, just there's no shortage of, I don't even know how to describe it, just wow factor, I guess you would say. Just it's gonna be standout on any layout. And on any display shelf, this is what people's eyes are gonna get drawn to. Definitely a showstopper. Again, just doesn't have smoke. Let's see, their smokestacks all look the same on this page. Really interesting how they're set up. Erie Railway looks really cool. Good stuff. All right, Legacy C44-9W. Don't have much to say on these. Not something I model. I actually have no idea what these things look like. So because of that, we're just going to move on. Legacy E7s. I just recently got my first Legacy diesel. It was an E7 or is a E7. I actually got a Great Northern, so we'll talk on that first. I found out when I bought my E7 that it was for the Great Northern. It was one of only 60 in existence, so which means not too many people bought the Great Northern. Mine is different from this one. Mine, the trucks are silver, and this line continues all the way to the front and kind of bends down to a Great Northern logo in the front. but these still look fantastic. If you like Great Northern, you like this paint scheme, I can tell you it looks great going down the rails. The C&O, Chesapeake and Ohio, I am actually considering this one. It would be for a few reasons. So let's see if we zoom out for a second. I believe... So yeah, new optional fixed front pilots, which I wish my E7 had. Because I would definitely swap them out because I have 072, should work for the fixed pilots. I really like the paint scheme on this. Not sure if the silver is going to be shiny or not, but I don't particularly need it to be. An ABA set of this, and these are both powered, which is great. And then you have a super base. I think this is a really, really nice, especially if you're a C&O, even if you're like a Baltimore and Ohio, like this is a nice engine option. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to go in for this. Like I said, I already have the Great Northern. This is definitely an option for me right now. I am considering it. Then you have the Penn Central, the one that's, I'm going to call it the beat up diesel, because it's designed to look like it's been beat up. I think I've seen pictures of this, and it definitely is a weathered train. I like how it's got the New York Central to go in the middle there. I like how it's pre-weathered. I'm curious to see how it turns out. I'm also curious to know if it's like, is it being done by Henry Heike, or is it being done like over at the manufacturing point over in China? I'd be curious to see how these come out. But this is a cool one as well. Really interested to see who ends up picking one of these up. Dakota 400, amazing colors, really nice set, no observation car. Kind of would look weird to me going down the rails. I know plenty of trains don't use an observation car, but I've gotten so accustomed in the hobby to seeing an observation car on a set like this. So that's just the one thing that's a little weird for me. But overall, great looking set. Looking forward to seeing who picks one of these up. Louisville, Nashville, same thing. They have heavyweight cars, which is nice. Has an observation car, nice colors. That engine looks fantastic. Southern, always been a fan of this one. I mean, there's not much else you can say. The passenger set's going to look good. It's silver. Something also I'm going to point out about the E7s, the smokestacks. So, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. But wait, there's more. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 exhaust pipes for this engine. If you do the ABA, will definitely look amazing going down your railroad. Do not hesitate to go ABA on this. It's going to be super long. I mean, like I said, I have the E7, have the AA set. It's longer than a big boy, just an AA set. ABA, showstopper, smoke coming out of everywhere, looking great with the colors that they have offered. So looking forward to seeing what you guys pick up on these. Legacy GP20s, cute small little diesels. I don't have much to say on them. I think compared to the Vision Line ones, not sure. I mean, they'll definitely be at an affordable price, but even at the price point these are at, I would think people would be considering the Vision Line ones. But some nice offerings. Freight cars, I'm going to actually skip through. I'm going to speed up a little bit more now. I do like the Lionel lines because it's got the train boxes inside, so that's kind of nice. Then we have Jack's Donkey Farm Vision stock car. It is an ass car. I'm curious to see who out there is an ass man or an ass woman. So when you people get these and they come in, I'm going to probably start a challenge called, I don't even know. I don't even know how to appropriately call it anything. But I want to see your donkey cars. I want to see you quilling them if you can, if you have the ability to, if you have a remote that does that. And yeah, we want to see if you're an ass man or an ass woman when it comes to that. And then we come over to the beer. So we have a beer one, which is interesting. And then we have the smoke pellets, which is pretty cool. Which is funny because it really should be, if you think about it, smoke fluid, because this is kind of a fluid car and not a smoke pellets, but it's a throwback. I get it. But these are interesting. I really wish these would pop off, because if these came off, I could put an actual beer on there and I could transport my beer around the layout. That's how I feel about that. So we got the some of the glow-in-the-dark stuff, which, you know, apparently the glow-in-the-dark trains have been selling, I guess, pretty decently, because they keep making stuff for it. And, you know, it's fun. You know, it's something fun. And I like to see people having fun. I like to see corporations, you know, the business Lionel, having some fun. I think that's lost a lot nowadays. And just staying playful as a society, as people, as corporations. You know, you got to stay playful, lighthearted, have some levity in our lives. And this is the example of that. So this is an interesting page because it just says passenger cars for one passenger set for the Reading, which will look really good if you get a T1. These cars are really nice. At first, I thought they were like, okay. Then you start zooming in. Let's zoom in a little bit here. If this is actually touching, that's just amazing. No gap at all would be really cool to see. All this stuff going on underneath will look really good as it goes by. Nice roof details, vents, and all those details are going to look great. Just trying to see. I don't think there's an observation car here. I don't see one. So same thing. You kind of have no observation car. You do buy them two at a time, so you can build a small train. You can build a super long train. I do like where this is kind of going. And I don't believe there's figures in these, which is okay. It's probably not too hard to add them on your own. Freight cars with graffiti. Pretty cool. It's a little interesting that they don't show trucks on these. Not sure what's going on there. Freight car hoppers. I do like the Everything West. I like the N&W, the Virginian. Like, good offerings. I just don't know how these ones look. I don't know what's missing, what's not missing. So I'd be curious to see how these come in. More options. I do like the Frisco. Frisco's cool. Actually, I like how there's two different sizes on that. B&O is nice. I like the B&O with the large B&O. This is definitely classy, though, with the symbol on it. Steel-sided. This is a nice little set here. But yeah, I'm just going to kind of go through this quick. Oh, okay. Lion Chief 2.0 LionMaster Big Boys. Good to see it back. This is great for a lot of people in the hobby. You can get a big boy. You can run it. It should go around just about everything. Just make sure your clearances are good, because this back of the half right here, this becomes the business end for LionMaster Big Boys, because it's not the front. The front's not going to overhang much. Now it swings out on the backside. So this can start definitely knocking into buildings, trees, whatever you have around, like hanging off a table. So if you're walking by and this thing's going by on a curve, it could bump into you. It'll overhang a bit. Things that I really would like to see, really upset that it's not in this for a lot of people, is there's no whistle steam. For the prices that they're charging, you got to throw whistle steam in here. I mean, I don't think it's asking much to just bring this up a touch. But it is nice that they do have different details. So no radiators. They have different color options, different liveries. They got the hot dog in there. I mean, come on. This is an instant collectible. Guarantee you this thing doesn't lose money, if not go up in money, in terms of value. But yeah, glad to see it back. I'm not sure what makes it limited edition. I don't know if that means they're never going to run this again. I really wish they would elaborate on that. GP7s, not spending much time here. Gonna go through. Tie ejectors, pretty cool. I don't think they've ever run it with an extra flat car before. I do like that. These are fun for playability if you don't want to just run trains, even though just running trains is what most of us do. This is something to add a little bit of playability. I do think it's hilarious that there's glow-in-the-dark wood. I don't know where they sourced that wood from, but I don't think anyone's living there. But that's fun. Again, playability, being playful, you know, not taking things too seriously is, I think it's healthy for all of us to just keep that mindset. Lion Chief sets, the artwork's a little questionable. Don't know what would happen here. If it comes out looking like that, I'm a little worried. But yeah, Lion Chief sets, always important for the hobby. I think that they are helping keep Lionel going through some of the slower times that they've been experiencing. So I can't knock these sets because I think they're vital to the business that is Lionel. I am noticing, though, that the sets are starting to offer less for the same price. So I think they eliminated a passenger car. Yeah, just keep going through. All right. Conrail's 50th anniversary. That's going to make some people happy for sure. So the rolling stock, these the auto loaders, I do like these, but they're they're O gauge. I would really like Lionel to make these in O scale with like nicer looking cars. I would definitely get a few because this is actually the way auto loaders looked originally, and I think that's something that they should start considering making. The jet blower car, we're going to zoom in on that. I think this is really cool. I really hope some people pick these up. I really want to see what they do, how they act, the playability of them. You know, jet engine blasts, smoke onto the track, realistic jet engine sounds. I mean, come on. It's got sound and smoke in this. I don't even know how big this unit is. It's 11 inches, so it's about a foot long. You stick this in the front of a train, pretend to put out a brush fire. I mean, that's pretty awesome. All right, Star Wars. We're going to go quick through some of this stuff. Hogwarts, always available, every catalog. I do like the Christmas one. We have another one of these. We have Mr. Freeze, which, I mean, I get it. That's kind of hilarious to have a jet blower for Mr. Freeze. It's funny, that doesn't look like Arnold. Looney Tunes, Space Jam, you know, again, being playful. This is pretty cool. So the Taz Sounds car, I would be very interested to see what that sounds like. Again, it's not something I would buy, but I would love to see someone get and make some videos about. I think this was a big whiff by Lionel. The Ford autoloader. Put some Fords on there. Throw a Mustang on there. Throw a Fairlane. Come on. The other half of Lionel is they make die-cast race cars. Right? Like, come on. You should be able to throw some classic Fords on here. And then same thing with Chevy. Corvette, Camaro, Impala. To be determined. What other Chevys? I mean, whatever. I guess maybe you're supposed to not judge which era you want, but maybe throw like the original Corvette, 69 Camaro. What else could we do from Chevy? The 96 Impala SS. What else we got? Throw a Silverado on there if you could get it to fit. I don't know. Just, make it fun. I think that you could have figured something out for that. And honestly, if you did that, you could charge probably $200, $300 for that car. Anheuser-Busch. So this is something I think I will be getting. It is scale. 150th anniversary of Budweiser. And I think it looks really good. I think this is a great car. I feel like some people are going to miss this car. And I'm here to point it out to you. I'm sorry it's a little late in the review, and half of you are probably gone already, if not 3/4 of you. But I feel like if you are a fan of beverages, and you have a beer train, like I have a beer train, a beer wine train, This is definitely something I'd like to add. So hopefully you'd want to add that too if you have a beer wine train. Area 51, personalized, Star Wars, celebrate seasons, Polar Express. I really like this Polar Express set. The only thing that I have to say about that is this is like a quintessential, like, fancy Christmas tree set to have going around the bottom of your tree. You can't have any little kids, you can't have any dogs or cats if you're going to run this set, because this thing's fragile. It's dainty, but it looks top notch, especially if you don't want to have smoke going anyway around your tree. I think this is a fantastic looking set. The Polar Express LionMaster Big Boy, really cool offering, probably never going to be done again. So I will say, if this is something you like, don't tell yourself, hey, I'll get it next time they do this. This thing, I don't know why this doesn't say limited edition right next to it. It really should, because this thing's probably as limited edition as it gets. So highly consider this if you want it. Probably arguably the same thing for up here too. This is probably never going to be done again. Very collectible. Definitely probably one-offs. Polar Express, again, this passenger set I really like. Don't like the prices, but I really like the passenger set. I might get the Polar Express PS1 boxcar to go with my Polar Express set. I do like it. It's got the snow on the roof. The E7 set looks really good. I'm assuming it's going to play sounds from the movie. Really nice set. More Polar Express. And honestly, even the Polar Express, the only problem with this Polar Express snowblower is there's no coupler on the front of the Legacy Polar Express engine, so I wouldn't be able to couple it. So it kind of negates being able to get this. Christmas, same thing that I said about the Polar Express version. If you don't like necessarily the Polar Express, this Christmas set right here with the 440, again, top notch. Look, and it's got, like I said, it's got that different style smokestack, so it's unique. It's got the reef on the front. I mean, this is really nicely done. Passenger set looks great. They have snow on top. They have snow in the walkways, snow in the back, snow up top. Plays sounds, so I'm assuming it's playing some Christmas sounds or something like that. This is a top tier Christmas tree train set that is not for everybody. I mean, it doesn't have to be for a Christmas tree. It could definitely be for a layout. If you like a nice Christmas scene, you can make some beautiful scenes with this. I wish it had smoke. I mean, I'd go as far as putting some fake fluffy stuff hanging out of this thing just to make it look like it's got smoke to have something like this. Beautiful set. Highly recommend someone picks that up for your Christmas time. It'll look great. Then we have the Fezziwig. Yep. Cool set. I think we're approaching the end. Oh, okay, so we got another one of some Christmas stuff. The auto loaders. They're just making it Christmas themed. Okay, so I will say this set has been has been on my radar for a long time. I don't think I'm going to get it yet. I feel like Lionel keeps offering it. I like that the boxcars have LEDs, and also one of them plays Christmas music, which is really nice touch, which also is why this one, compared to, you see the price differences? That's really what it is. These boxcars, and they have music. I like the engine. It's got smoke. It's got the wreath. This is a very nice train set for Christmas time. Alright, I think that's going to be it for this kind of opinion piece review, whatever you want to call it. If you made it this long, thank you. I'm going to try to get some more content out for you guys regarding the layout build, updating some stuff. Let me know what you guys are thinking about getting. Let me know what you think about some of my opinions and the stuff that I'm looking to get. Let me know what you're looking to get. And of course, if you're not, subscribe to the channel. It's helping us out. Like, let people know about us over here. We're having fun. We're looking into making some more content. And, yeah. I think what we're going to do is we're going to skip to the front. All right, so that was a 2026 kind of gold standard opinion piece of the new catalog. So looking for a good 2026 with everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.